Well, what have you learned in the last year?
So I've been working on several things. One is my thumb.
Okay.
You know, last year I was talking a lot about using the thumb on the 6th string.
Mm-hmm.
So I've gotten a little better at that, especially if I'm capoed up. It's a little easier.
Yeah, a little narrower. Yeah.
Up there. But one thing I've noticed in the lessons, you kind of tend to say, you start the beat, the bass going, and you want that to be independent of whatever your fingers are doing.
Right.
That I'm having a real hard time with.
Yeah.
I can get so I can play this slowly, but I'm not really thinking of the bass as something separate in my mind. It's really just another finger picking at the notes. I was wondering, am I really supposed to be thinking of that as a separate thing so that it goes on automatically, whatever my other 3 fingers are doing, or?
Not necessarily even for this song. Where that would come in handier would be for more improvising, like with it. And I think in the lesson on this, I kind of talk about, if you can keep the bass going and change the melody notes around a little bit, that's a good direction to go. And a better approach to maybe starting that, though, would be to just take one bass note, maybe A, and just keep pounding away on the A, keeping beat at the speed of quarter notes, and then just try to play a little melody. With just a couple of notes. And it doesn't have to be brilliant, it doesn't have to be Shakespeare. Like right there, that wasn't anything you'd walk away necessarily humming, but if I did that a bunch of times, there's a John Fahey song that does this. But in the beginning, he's just kind of keeping something like this going. Rhiannon might be another good song to look at too, because it's got this steady bass thing. Just so getting used to something like that, where your thumb is just doing one thing, as opposed to a finger picking song. Where you're keeping a steady alternating bass going and ragtimey stuff like that. But try this. Just start playing this A here, and think about, and put an A minor chord on. And sometimes there you go. But make sure the bass is going, and even if you keep, that's perfect. Now right there, you missed a bass note because you were trying to do a lot of melody notes, right?
Yep.
And then once in a while, you're going to pinch a note. And then I would take that to like a little improvising around it. Not trying to play anything that sounds exactly like it, but just messing around with those notes. Little blocks of 2 or 3 notes, and maybe just back and forth. It doesn't have to be just yet, but so keep just tiny little snippets of notes, maybe sometimes with hammer-ons. But sustain notes too, like don't try to make it a Stevie Ray Vaughan or Van Halen kind of thing. Most blues things are, oh man, I hate to throw those 2 guys in the same sentence, because I think completely different things with the 2 of them. Here's one not an A minor.
Okay, so this one isn't an A minor, and my problem here, and it's true of this other one that I've just started working on to dance with me, is the strumming in such a way that it picks out the melody notes.
Yeah.
I can like do the pinches.
Yeah.
And I'm learning the melody that way, but trying to add in the strumming. For example, down here in Dance With Me, you got a lot of stuff down here where you're keeping the G on for some reason.
Right.
But whenever I try to incorporate that G into anything, because I figure it's got to be there for a reason.
Yeah. So, first thing is both of these arrangements are designed to be played with a flat pick, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah. So they're
So I started out that way, but again, my ability to make the melodies pop out like that.
Right.
Like. Now that's
perfect. Yeah.
Do I? Or am I strumming the whole thing?
It's okay if you get extra notes. It doesn't matter. And then. Yeah. Now timing on that, or when you're strumming a song like this, the downs and the ups have to be
That's what
constant.
I'm concentrating on getting the note, and downs and up just kind of go.
And so what you have to do is slow it way down and get it into so you're feeling like this. And see, most of those, like once you get to that G chord here, actually the rhythm of the first two phrases is the same. Once you get into the second half, it has the same. They're all ups because they're all off the beat. So you got a bass note first.
Oops, and I lost
it. Changes right away. I'm making it start right in the middle of the phrase again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take it from the beginning. And okay, wait. Much slower. And make sure your hand keeps 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Keep moving. Keep strumming. That's it. Okay. You'll be able to fix that if you make sure that this does that, and that's what it wasn't doing. Okay? And you can see there when you were trying to do it along with me, your hand was doing the right thing, and then this hand wasn't quite ready to keep up at that speed. But that's the only way it's going to come out musically. So you got to slow it down to way to like 60% speed or something. And even in the beginning, where we really the only ones that matter, the second measure, there's nothing going on. This is just filler. But you need to keep your hand moving at the exact same pace. If we go even slower.